Welcome to tamsguitar.com, and let's take a look at a few ideas that I feel in my teaching career I've seen why people quit guitar playing or find it too difficult for them to learn. This is a very simple thing, but if you overlook this, it can be fatal. So, it's about the thumb rule. The way you keep your thumb decides whether you can play the guitar at ease or not, and the position in which you are holding the guitar. So, the first and the most important thing for every beginner and every level of guitar player is to first understand the most comfortable posture. So, first you have to figure out how it's most comfortable. And there's another thing, like if you are a beginner, then you might think that the way you are playing is very comfortable, but you have to consult with your teacher whether that comfort is going to help you in the future or not. But in most cases, your comfortable way of holding the guitar is mostly comfortable to the body. So first you sit down like this. Normally, if you have a backrest, you can put your right leg over your left leg if you are a right-handed guitar player, and vice versa if you are a left-handed guitar player. I'm a right-handed, so I'm putting my right leg over my left leg, and it lifts the guitar up, and I can sit upright. I can use a backrest, and the way I'm keeping my right hand is also very important. So I'll just give you a close up on this. Now you keep your right hand like this. You can see there's a mark here, the junction, the joint here, and this mark will come near this part as if you are hanging something. If you are hanging your hand, this is the most comfortable position, and most people fail to understand this thing. So for them, what is recommended is you sit with the guitar as I've instructed and watch TV for a while, and after a while your hand will automatically find the most comfortable position. So don't be conscious, you watch your favorite TV program or whatever, and then you'll see that your hand is in the perfect position. So what will happen, your hand will come at rest, and it will hang like this. So once you found out how your hand should look like, and then what you need to do is you curl your wrist and bring it here. See, there's a gap. I'm not keeping my hand like this. So most people, they just bring their hand close to the guitar, so the wrist has no space to move. It should be curved like this, as if I'm keeping my hand straight, I'm moving it away and bringing the wrist back. Alright, there should be a 4 finger more or less gap between the guitar body and your wrist. And now there's another thing you can check out is how to hold the plectrum. This is where most of the people face a lot of difficulty. What I do is I make a ring using the finger, the thumb tip and the upper part of the index finger. I keep it like this, like a lock. Alright, you can see, right, how my nail is pointing and where it's touching. I'm diagonally crossing the thumb tip. Alright, so it's not exactly the thumb tip, it's where you use the fingerprint for. Okay, so it's like this, it's a ring, and in between you put the plectrum. Again, if you haven't watched the type of plectrum you can use, you can check out the link below. So this is a teardrop plectrum shape, and you bring it here. So what you'll see, that if I remove my first finger, this portion is covered by the plectrum. Alright, it looks like this. And now, in order to make it a lock, you just bring your index finger, and you have to keep it in such a way so that even if I move this, it's not falling. Be careful, and it will take some time. Don't expect that you learn it straight away and you'll be doing amazing stuffs using this. You won't be able to. We all take a lot of time to learn, and holding plectrum also takes quite some time. So the idea is, if you see, most of the plectrum is in my grip. The logic is, if it's far out and if you keep on playing, it'll either move or fall down. So if you have a better grip, then it won't move or fall down, chances are. Okay, but still it'll fall down initially, but it's okay. So now I rest my little finger. I've seen most of the people who have learned from some other teacher or on their own, Some of them has developed bad technique. They try to float their hand and try to play. Well, you can do this if you are a guitar genius, but since you're a beginner, you're not a genius. So get back to the basics. Keep your little finger here. There will be debate. When people play fast, they use it like this, which I also do sometimes. But initially, you have to train yourself the normal way. When you're learning to ride a bicycle, you don't just move your hands off the handle and try riding. You don't do it. But once you're an expert, you do it. So follow this religiously. Anyway, so you keep the little finger here, and the plectrum should be perpendicular to the strings, and you move it with this. And I've seen people doing only downstrokes, down, 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 down. The logic is down, up, down, up. So when you are going down for the next downstroke, your finger is anyway coming up. So if you use this motion, then you can save a lot of time. It's like this: you've got 2 foot, and if you just walk with 1 foot, the same thing if you do only downstroke. So you'll be handicapped in a way by using only one stroke. So strictly alternate picking, and the more you practice, you'll understand. Alright, so this is about keeping the right hand and the little finger and holding the plectrum, and I can rest it. So after doing it for a few days, you'll definitely find the sweet spot. And now let's get back to the left hand. Now the thumb is the most important thing in guitar playing, alright? So the way you keep your thumb decides how easily you are going to move your fingers, or you'll be able to move your fingers on the guitar. So there are 2 ways initially you need to know. Later on, the more you get used to it, then you'll find out ways on your own how to adjust. But the first thing to know is, initially you learn finger exercises. You have to, there's no other way. Alright? So for finger exercises and stuff, you need to keep your thumb in such a way that this portion of your hand doesn't touch the guitar. So if it touches the guitar, then your fingers are restricted, as if I'm tying something to your leg and asking you to run. You won't be able to. So this area should be free so that my fingers can fly. Anyway, so if you look at this in this angle, see, so much area is empty. And there's another thing that you need to see. I'll give you a different view. So this is the back side of the guitar, I'm keeping the thumb in a straight way. I've seen people doing this. This is wrong. Always check out for this. If you are doing something of this sort, this will come naturally to you if you are a beginner. This is wrong. Keep it straight, as if thumbs up. And with this part, you touch the guitar and move the wrist ahead. Alright? So it's a bit awkward initially. See, my wrist is moving up or moving forward. So mostly people try to keep their wrist back. My wrist should be more or less parallel to the guitar level. Not exactly, but diagonally it should be like this, so that your fingers are moving. The moment you keep it like this, the fingers are getting restricted. Alright, so it should be like this. So that's the way you can keep your thumb, left hand thumb. And there's another thing, like when you are accessing the strings in this region, like the first string, second string and third string, your thumb can go up. So it's inversely proportional. So when you are accessing the strings here, like the first, second and third string, your thumb can move up and you can access these strings easily. And similarly, if you are accessing the strings here, your thumb will come down and you move the wrist ahead and it becomes easy. So it's inversely proportional. If you go down the guitar, your thumb can come up, and if you go up the guitar, your thumb will come down. Alright, so these 2 things you need to keep track of. And there's another thing that I've seen, that while playing the finger things, people try to keep the thumb like this. So this is wrong. So you have to keep it like this. So you be your own guide and keep looking for the proper positions. Just supervise till you get it right. And most of the people have already developed a wrong habit and it becomes difficult for them. And this is the most important reason I've seen people quit guitar. There are people who come to me to learn guitar and they say that I've been learning for last 3 years, but I couldn't play properly. That's why I gave up. I learned for 2 months or 3 months or whatever. They could play, but not interesting, not in an interesting way. Then I've seen that they're keeping their thumb and trying to play something. So if you ask me to do this, I've been playing for many years, I won't be able to do. And you can keep the thumb like this, clamped like this, when you are playing chords, because in chords the fingers are moving once when you are shifting, and once the shifting is done it stays static. Okay, it doesn't move. So you can use the thumb like this for proper grip. And there are many cases, like in some chords like bar chords, you're not supposed to keep it like this, because if you keep it like this then you won't be able to hold bar chords. So then again there are different cases. So the two important things that you need to know as a beginner is keep the thumb straight and keep this area cleared so that your fingers are free to move, and keep it straight, don't curve it or curl it. And for chords, basic open chords, you should always keep the thumb here, and if you are unable to use it, you just keep it close to the upper part of the guitar. Alright, that's about it. I hope it helps. So please let me know in the comment if this video helped you. After doing it for a month or so, or maybe for 2 weeks, you won't get instant result, obviously. So if it helped in improving the technique and guitar playing, let me know. And if you are planning to quit, and if you are thinking that it's too difficult for you and it helped, then also feel free to write a comment, and you can share it with the like-minded people who feel that it's very difficult, to help them out. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and do like us in Facebook and Twitter, where there are pages in the name of Tams Guitar, and also mail me at info@tamsguitar.com if you have any queries. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends who are in need. See you next time. Bye bye.